Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I would like to discuss the Sandbox, how it's currently performing and how it will be performing during the upcoming days. But before doing so, I would highly appreciate it if you could follow me on Twitter at @TheRockCrypto. It will be highly appreciated, and you will be also kept up to date about all upcoming development on the YouTube channel. So let's take a quick look at what we are seeing. So I actually selected a new type of Fibonacci retracement for all of you guys. So please let me know if you are liking this type of Fibonacci retracement, or if you prefer the older one. I will be using them both, but in this scenario I wanted to have a trend-based Fibonacci, and therefore I selected the one you are seeing right now. So let's take a quick look at where we are currently at, and especially where we got rejected. So we got rejected at 78% on the Fibonacci scale, and right now we are heading towards 61. So this is for sure our next target is going to be at $5.23. And I personally think that we are going to see actually further continuation towards the downside. And what my personal opinion is that you can clearly see that the previous level where we got supported at, that was at approximately 23.6% Fibonacci at $4.31. Well, that is something I think would be quite unusual if we would see this major decline heading all the way towards the previous high and finding support on top of it. I do not think this is actually going to happen. I personally think that we are actually going to hold strong a little bit higher, perhaps on top of the 38.2% Fibonacci where we did find our previous high. And I think that is actually a very reasonable target, and something I think will actually occur during the upcoming hours. So for sure you have to monitor this closely, because the next target level for me personally is $4.66. The reason why is something I would like to explain you right away. So if we take a quick look at the RSI, for example, on the 4-hourly time frame, we can clearly see that we are overextended. We are above that line, and we are right now seeing a decline on the RSI. Well, for sure we are as well seeing something very similar occur on the chart. We are as well seeing this decline taking place on the chart, and this is actually confirming what we are seeing on the RSI. Further, we do not have any type of bullish or bearish divergences, so this does actually look very good to me. We could expect a minor increase, but afterwards I think a decline is actually likely. Heading towards the 50 area could be possible, especially because I think the EMA ribbon will be retested once more, as we saw previously, as a level of support. And you can clearly see that the 4-hourly EMA ribbon is aligned at the 38.2% at Fibonacci $4.66. So this is for sure a level I think that will be reached within the upcoming hours. This is absolutely something you would like to consider, especially because a retest of the EMA ribbon is actually quite likely to occur, and I think it will be also quite good to see the previous high becoming a new level of support and created a higher low overall. So that is for sure important so far. Especially right now, I would like to take a look at the MACD. On the MACD, you can clearly see that we are seeing a momentum loss on the 4-hourly time frame. For sure, we are not yet heading towards a crossover, but I would like to discuss as well the MACD on the 1-hourly time frame. But before doing so, I personally think that if we do see further continuation towards the downside, eventually we will see a crossover getting created, and this would perhaps mean that we are heading towards that $4.66 range I discussed previously, finding support on top of the EMA ribbon, and as well finding support on top of the previous all-time high. So this is absolutely something very important that you would like to take into consideration as well. Let's take a quick look at the 1-hourly time frame. On the 1-hourly time frame, we are clearly experiencing a crossover. We did experience major momentum towards the upside previously. We are not seeing any type of bearish bias patterns, but also here you can clearly see that we are quite far above the EMA ribbon, and I personally think it is quite likely that we are heading towards a touch point, at least on the 1-hourly time frame, finding support on top of it, perhaps not, or seeing a wick towards the downside, something I think is more likely to occur right now due to the fact that we are heading towards a crossover on the 1-hourly, and that we are seeing as well a momentum loss on the 4-hourly time frame. Well, lastly, I would like to take a quick look at what the daily time frame is telling us. If we take a quick look at the daily time frame, you can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is way further below. And what I think is quite important right here is to take a quick look at the moving average, and not the 200-day moving average, but the 9-day moving average, to see where we could perhaps be finding support on top. And you can clearly see on the 9-day moving average, that is something we do usually retest once we see a movement towards the upside. We have seen a movement towards the upside and we retested once again. And I personally think that this is quite likely to occur, that we are going to see once more a retest on the daily time frame if we see momentum loss getting started on the 4-hourly time frame. And therefore you can clearly see that the 9-day moving average on the daily time frame is right now currently aligned at 23.6% Fibonacci at $4.31. And therefore I think if we do see a further decline, heading towards the $4.66 is actually quite likely to occur during the upcoming days on Sand. And this is something I wanted to let you know for sure. And also on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we have seen the 9-day moving average getting aligned together with the 38.2% at $4.66 at the Fibonacci log scale. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below, and as well, have a nice day.